we bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Dip Bianco. In tonight's game plan, we'll take a sneak peek into the preparations of the UAAP men's basketball reigning champs, the UP Fighting Maroons.
And we'll break down the addition of Junmar Fajardo and other P-based stars to the initial pool of Gilas Pilipinas ahead of the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers' fifth window. Buckle up, sports fan. Let's get in the game. Well, the confetti may be long gone, but the fighting spirit of this particular UP squad still burns on. Joining us today to talk more about how they plan to defend the crown are the reigning champs themselves, James Spencer and Carl Tamayo. Gentlemen, welcome to the game.
Evening, guys.
Man.
Parang hindi masaya si Carl, ha? Carl, energy naman kanina.
Bagong gupit pa naman,
Oo nga,
diba?
bagong gupit.
Magandang gabi.
Grabe. Anyway, Carl, syempre I want to start off with you. Grabe yung lead-up nyo going into this particular season, especially considering the fact that this is the first time UP is going to defend the championship in a very, very long time. Una-una, do you look forward to it in the sense na tipong it might be harder to retain a championship rather than is to win it?
Siyempre, parang feel ng team ngayon is yung pressure na sa amin. Pero lagi naman kami nire-remind ni Coach Gold na as long as gagawin mo lahat ng makakaya namin, kung ano mangyayari sa season, magiging masaya naman kami kung ano magiging result. Basta as long as ibibigay namin lahat ng makakaya namin, maging competitive kami, and yun lang. We'll give our best this upcoming season para mabigyan ng magandang laban bawat laro.
Right. Let's go now to James Spencer. James, you've had 3 preseason tournaments already. Can you tell us more about your preparation so far? How pleased are you with the performance of the UP Fighting Maroons?
Yeah, I think our off season's been pretty good. We've been able to pretty much just piggyback on what we were doing past season. Most of the team is the same, so I think our preseason games, playing a lot of games, and even the trip to Korea was quite helpful in our quest to, better ourselves and have a good preparation for the season.
Well, James, when did you guys, get over that championship high? Because I know a lot of UP supporters, friends from UP, who until now are not over it. But then, when did you guys feel like, okay, we gotta buckle down, get back to work?
Honestly, I don't think it lasted that long. Like as soon as we won it, we kind of were straight onto the next thing. So we knew we had the opportunity to go back to back. So that was, what our minds were pretty much a week after the championship.
Right, that's a champion mindset, Pao, no? Siyempre, after you win, focus ka na agad sa next season. That's so that they can get a back-to-back, if ever. Balik tayo kay Carl. Carl, nagkaroon ka ng busy week yung stretch mo from the preseason. You played for Gilas, tapos dumiretso ka sa Korea. Can you tell us more about that entire week? Napagod ka ba o may lakas ka pa ba nung pagdating mo sa Korea?
Siyempre, yung pagod nandun naman talaga yun. Yung travel na galing ng Lebanon, and then after a day, straight ka agad ng Korea. Yung pagod nandun naman. Pero every time naglalaro ako sa UP, masaya akong ginagawa ko yun. So parang yung pagod, natatakpan naman ng saya ko para maglaro sa team. So yung improvement ng team, yung learnings na nakukuha ko habang naglalaro ako sa team namin, sa Gilas din, I think yung pagod siniset aside ko na lang kasi lagi ko nga sinasabi, bata pa naman ako para isipin yung pagod. So I think yung learnings na nakuha ko, yun yung mga bagay na binigyan ko na lang ng pansin or mas inisip ko kasi mas marami ako natutunan mas marami akong opportunity na makapaglaro.
Alam mo, Carl, I like that. While you're still young and still have the energy, keep on going. Oh, kasi right now, Dip feels that every day. Siyempre, we have another guest coming on, joining us, si Brix Ramos. Brix, unang-una, kamusta? Balita ko, you're taking up more of a leadership role this time around in this next upcoming season. Can you talk to us a bit about that and what that means for you personally?
Well, for me, it's sort of big shoes to fill, especially after leaving. Stepping up to become the team's captain. And like you guys were talking about, we're hoping to defeat and go back to back. So I've just been focusing on the team, on what's best or what's better for the team always, and I hope I've been living up to the role.
Right.
We're gonna talk a bit more about that later, Bricks, and we're gonna pick on you kasi late ka eh.
Oh, tsaka bitin pa yung mga fans for sure ng UP Fighting Maroons. So the guys will stay with us, but first we will take this quick break, and when we return, we'll continue our conversation with the UP Fighting Maroons as we play a little game called Fight or Flight. Stay tuned, you're watching The Game. Still joined by the reigning champs of the UAAP, the UP men's basketball team, and we'll get to know more about the squad and find out if they are indeed fighting Maroons. Boys, welcome to this special segment called Fight or Flight. Naisip namin yan na while ago.
Well, that's a very intimidating graphic. Okay, guys, ito yung rules namin. First of all, congratulations to Dip for thinking about that.
Thank you.
Alongside Sam. And of course, guys, we're gonna ask you questions and we're going to pick one of you to answer. Then you tell us if you want to answer it or not. If you want to pass it on, sabihin nyo lang flight. And if you just want to answer it, just go ahead.
Pero pa once lang pwede mag-flight kasi
once
you
lang.
have to be able
Okay,
to answer
just
some of the
once, just
questions.
once.
Okay.
Alright, so Dip, I'll let you go first.
Alright, so tatlo yung bisita natin ngayon. We have Carl, James, and Bricks for our first question. Aside from the basketball court, guys, which is your favorite place or happy place on campus? Unahin natin si Carl. Fight or flight ba?
Yung oval siguro.
Yun,
Sumagot.
Akit
Parang
oval.
feeling ko ang peaceful ng place. So, yung pinaka-favorite sa
Okay.
Sorry hindi ako makarelate kasi obviously I'm not from UP Pero Carl, can you tell us your favorite moment sa oval?
Kasi nung bubble kami, kasi nasa hotel lang kami lagi. Pero nung na nakita namin yung oval, yung mga kasama ko, yung mga Bisaya na kasama ko sa bubble, parang every time pag pagod kami sa training, minsan doon yung puntahan namin eh. And siguro yun yung pinaka nagusto kong place sa UP.
Nice.
Aside sa mga classroom kasi may ligan.
Wow! Alright, sure. Sige. Ito. If you were late to practice, what would your excuse be? Bricks. Fight or flight?
Fight. My excuse would be galing lang ako sa class.
Oh my God. Alam mo, anticipated yan, Dip.
Mukha ba maniniwala si Coach Gold pag ganun?
Feeling ko naman.
Nagamit mo na ba yun? Yung tanong,
Responsible
actually,
student
nagamit mo na ba
athletes.
yun, Bricks? Since sumali ka sa UP, nagamit mo na ba yun kay Coach Gold?
No. Well, Coach Gold usually adjusts to when we have classes wala kami
Okay.
practice.
Okay.
So it's impossible to be late for practice kasi minimove naman pala. Okay, next question. Punta tayo kay James. Among your teammates, who was the easiest to get along with and who was the hardest? Fight or flight, James?
Oh. Fight.
Alright. Okay, sige, go ahead.
Probably, I'd say the easiest to get along with would be probably Zave.
Alright.
Just because, you know, we're Phil foreigners, so there's that easy connection there. But yeah, hardest, probably Carl.
Carl! Oh, Carl reacted. Carl! Okay, explain to us why, Carl. No, James, explain to us why you picked Carl.
He's just a cheeky boy sometimes, you know.
You know, I like that, and I'm wondering if there's going to be a mistranslation here. So I'm going to have Carl explain to us. Carl, anong ibig sabihin ng cheeky?
Kulom John.
I-translate daw in Tagalog, sabi ni Carl.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Sige. So let's move on for now, right, Dip?
Right,
So,
we have one more question.
Yeah, couple more
questions.
yeah.
Okay, lipat ulit tayo kay Carl. O sige, baka pwede siyang bumawi dito. If you were stuck on an island, who of your teammates would you want to be stuck with? Fight or flight?
Fight.
Isa lang as in
Siguro
isa
si
lang
James.
si James na.
Stuck in an island, Bakit? Bakit si James?
Kasi mabait si James. Alam mo yun, mabilis kang mag-intindihan. And kahit mas matanda siya sa akin, dahil mas matanda siya sa akin, may tuturo siya sa akin, may mga experience niya. So, tingin ko si James, tingin ko maganda siya makasama pag ganun yung sitwasyon.
Pao, yun yung tinatawag na kill them with kindness.
Kill them
Kasi
with kindness.
Bumawi pero good words to say about
Love.
James.
I wonder if James will jump into the water and try to swim away once you get on the island. But you know, let's not get too deep into that. But we have one here for James specifically. James, obviously, how does it feel to have earned a bronze, silver, and gold medal so far in your UAP basketball, in UAP men's basketball?
Oh wow. Yeah. I actually just remembered that. It's pretty cool. It's nice to, I guess, experience the whole spectrum. But I think I want another gold one.
Why not? That's a great goal. And of course, we have one here for the captain, Bricks. Bricks, ito, medyo senti, but you know, we'll give you the time. A message to your rookie self.
Pwede mag-flight?
No!
Wala na, naubos na yung flight.
Bahala kayo. Sige.
First 4 questions lang.
Message to my rookie self would be, no matter what hardship you go through or you've been through, keep moving forward, keep pushing through, because eventually one day all of it will be worth it.
Right, we like that message.
Oh, napaiyak si napaluha si Carl. Maraming salamat, Bricks. Carl, James, really appreciate you guys coming over. We can't wait to see you guys in action.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys and good luck
Thanks, guys.
this
Alright,
season.
thank you.
You've got 2 weeks to go before the UAAP returns for season 85. Catch the games live on UAAP Varsity Channel, One Sports, Signal Play, and Smart Gigaplay.
After the break, we'll break down the recent additions to the initial pool of the Gilas Pilipinas men's squad. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back to The Game. After a stellar season competing against the world's best pole vaulters, EJ Obiena is back in Manila. The country celebrated the return of the world number 3 ranked Obiena after his 21-day outdoor campaign around the world. Obiena capped his season with 6 gold medals, 1 silver, and a single bronze, including a victory over world number 1 Armand Duplantis at the Wanda Diamond League's Memorial Van Dam in Brussels.
Really just catching up to these guys is quite tough. Missing one of the majors is always difficult to keep where I'm at, but it is what it is. And my coach said we're going to try whatever we can to the end of the season, and hopefully my ranking would stick, and we'll have a good more build-up going to Paris.
Obiena also expressed his improved relationship with the Philippine Athletics Track and Field Association, or PATAFA, especially with his close tie to the current chief, Terry Capistrano.
Mr. Terry Capistrano was the one, if you guys remember, made sure that I have poles in Tokyo, so I had very good relationship with him. He's one of the few guys that I'll be seeing and having quite a good chat, so looking forward to that.
Obiena now has his eyes set on the year 2023, which is crucial for the qualifications of the upcoming 2024 Paris Olympics.
And we shift our focus now to the Gilas Pilipinas men's basketball program after the recent announcement of their initial pool. Joining us tonight to break down the list of big names and superstars is PBA Rush anchor Mikey Reyes. Mr. Shoot First, welcome to The Game. And this is gonna be your first time talking about Gilas on air. Pero of course,
On
Mikey,
air.
Mikey is no stranger naman.
Mahirap kasi yung mga topic na to eh. Kaya hindi ko alam, matakay ng dito eh.
But Mikey is no stranger
Oo.
because he's covered these guys back in college and
Oh,
recently,
hindi
syempre,
lang
sa
yan.
PBA.
Mikey likes the hard shots also. He will take the difficult shots no matter how covered he is. Pero ito, Mikey, let's start off first with, I think, the easiest one. The easiest one muna. I think it was a no-brainer na kailangan kasama si Junmar Fajardo. And of course, the big question is, what can he bring right now to the international stage, given what he is?
He obviously can bring something or things that other players cannot. Because you cannot forget, even prior to the injury, he was already a 6-time MVP. Now, he's BPC. He's back on that mountain of all Filipino players. He is the GOAT of the PBA. Yes, some people are worried about being a liability on defense. But at the end of the day, if you have someone like Junmar who can really change the complexion of a game, yan yung mga bagay na itatago mo yung weakness niya. You will find ways to hide his weakness rather than hindi mo gagamitin just because medyo magiging liability siya.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, you have to put someone like Junmar Fajardo in that team.
Right. Lipat tayo ngayon sa Guardia naman, of course. Scotty Thompson, we saw him play in the previous window, Mikey. How did you like his performance in pag-gel niya dun sa mga kasama niya in the previous pool?
Well, someone like Scotty Thompson, I believe, is one of the most low-maintenance players in the league. Any position you put him in, he can do a lot of things. He's not someone whom... He's not a specialist.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, you don't really need to put him in a position na, okay, aalagaan natin to. You just put him in, whatever you need is done, he will get it done. So, with Scotty Thompson, I believe, coming back to the Gilas program and then competing here in the last one, I believe nabalik na niya yung kumpiyansa niya on the international level. And he also showed glimpses that he can compete on the international level.
Grabe din eh. Because when he's in Barangay Ginebra, he is an MVP caliber player. Pero kapag nasa Gilas Pilipinas siya, iba yung role niya eh.
Diba?
And it looks like he's accepting that to a whole new level and being that role player that he's expected to be para sa Gilas. But of course, moving on to another guy that we didn't see in the last window because he was in San Miguel, CJ Perez. We saw what he did in 2019 wherein he was easily the brightest spot alongside Robert Bolick. Can we expect something similar for CJ Perez?
Well, obviously, the talent is there, the skills are there, the energy, the youth, and also yung intensity ni CJ on both ends of the floor. But I believe you compare 2019 CJ to 2022 CJ, now he is a champion, now he is a veteran, he will only be better now. I believe, hindi lang naman nagilas niya nung huli because nag-final sila, but he was for sure a shoe-in in that team.
Right. Silipin natin yung iba pang guys na na-mention in the pool, Pao. Mikey, these four guys, some of them have played in the previous window and yung iba naman nasa PBA finals during this time. Isa-isahin na siguro natin na simulan natin doon sa mga wala in that last window. Let's go to Arvin Tolentino.
Yeah, Arvin's the interesting one kasi
Yeah.
siya yung a lot of people are being like, really, Arvin? So what can he bring?
Well, he's gonna stand in the corner, be ready to fire. That's what he can bring. And also, he has the height to be a shooter on the international level. Because it's one thing to be able to shoot on the international level. It's another thing not to be a mismatch on the other side of the floor. He may not be the best defender, pero height-wise, we need those kinds of players na matangkad, they can shoot over defenses, and of course, that confidence that Arvin Tolentino brings.
Parang may pagka-prototype, di ba? Siyempre, nag-work dati yung kila Larry Fonasher, you had gunners like Jeff Chan, and now, we have one in Arvin Tolentino. How about the bigs? The combination of Japet Aguilar and Poy Erak.
Japet Aguilar may be the best defensive pick in the league.
Yeah.
So, one way to hide the liability na baka mangyari kay Junmar on the defensive end is to pair him up with an athletic forward who is used to, helping out, tutulong, di ba? So with Japet Aguilar, I think one of the shoe-ins again in the Gilas program. So, Japet Aguilar, especially on the defensive end, malaki ang mabibigay ni Jap. Because if he can take away the pressure of playing like great defense from Junmar, then both of them can be effective alongside each other.
And of course, Poy Eram, another defensive big, and then yung
Same.
mindset, no?
No?
And of course, the last one that we're going to discuss here is RR Pogoy. And si RR has a reputation in the international stage na siya si Pogdonovic. Kung may Gilas game, may RR Pogdonovic tayo. So when you talk about Pogoy, parang hindi nawawala yung scoring niya when he goes to the international stage.
Especially after this recent finals, where I believe that if they won the chip, he would have been finals MVP. Only if, of course, Jason Castro. Siyempre, ang ganda rin nung nilaro ni Jason ng Game 7. But I believe he was the most consistent scorer player for TNT in that final series. So I know the confidence will be there. And also, of course, playing under Coach Chot. Alam na niya yung role niya doon. And he's, of course, one of those guys na maasahan.
So that
but
was-
the biggest question is, Wala po si Calvin.
So that was the first of the many shots of Mikey Reyes here on our show, and I want to answer that question very soon. Pero we're out of time. Ano magagawa natin?
Next time,
We're
meron
out
tayong
of time.
may part 2 pa dapat, di ba? Pag nasama na yung next part of the pool.
Yes, absolutely. Mikey, maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you, Mikes. And thank you for joining us. I'm Dip Dipianco.
I'm Paolo De Rosario, and this has been The Game.